15 fascinating facts about popular tourist destinations. Although traveling is probably won't be conceivable for now, the worldwide lockdown won't keep going forever. So foreigners will be able to travel to popular destinations around the world such as New York, islands such as Hawaii, and old world countries such as Italy, Spain, and Turkey. Each destination has unique factors that make tourist magnets. Here are 15 facts that might inspire you to add a place to travel. Safest place for babies: Iceland. Iceland is known as the spot of fire and ice of its gigantic volcanoes and ice sheets. Nonetheless, it is the most secure nation on Earth. Iceland has no military or air force, because of the incredibly low crime percentage. It is so protected, that moms leave their infants snoozing in strollers outside the cafes and shops while getting their work done. Forlandia, Brazil. Brazil is notable for the Christ the Redeemer sculpture, Rio de Janeiro, soccer whizzes, and marvelous jubilees. It makes for an exceptionally well-known tourist destination. However, some tourists may not realize that the remaining parts of an industrial town called Forlandia lie in the Amazon tropical forest. The town was set up by Henry Ford in 1928, and its occupants took a stab at gathering rubber for use on Ford vehicles. St. Patrick isn't quite who he seems. Ireland. The most notable things about Ireland are beer and four-leaf clovers, and the nation gave them the mega 90s kid band, Westlife, and has the fourth greatest arena in all of Europe. Ireland's patron saint, St. Patrick, isn't Irish. He was from Touraine, Britain, in which is generally accepted to be current Wales. Irish pirates. At age 16, he was taken to Ireland and kept imprisoned for 6 years prior to getting away. He spent the next 15 years as a minister and ultimately got back to Ireland to serve as a missionary. Money for charity. Italy. The majority realize that Italy is the 5th most visited country on Earth, and that a huge number of tourists visit the Sistine Chapel consistently. On occasion, around £1 million in change is tossed into the Trevi fountain each year. The cash is collected periodically and given to charity. 2 more fun realities, which are batteries and eyeglasses, were invented in Italy. Post-A-Nut, Hawaii. The name Hawaii evokes pictures of tasting cocktails on sparkling white beaches while looking out over an aquamarine ocean. The Post-A-Nut program was created in 1991 as one of the most famous tourist activities. By 2016, around 3,000 coconuts were posted every year, with roughly 700 of them in it to foreign countries. Also, the coconut is free of charge and clients just pay only postage. Einstein's eyeballs, New York City. New York City is designated as the city that never sleeps. It is where with a fantasy to perform go to make it on Broadway. Likewise, it's home to Central Park, which gets the most tourists of any urban park in the US. Albert Einstein's eyeballs are kept in a protected store in the city. After an illegal post-mortem was performed on Einstein's body, his brain was partitioned into around 200 sections. His eyeballs were eliminated and gifted to his eye doctor. The eye specialist named Henry Abrams guaranteed that the eyeballs were set in the obscure safe store box. And the wily doctor died at age 97 in 2009. Sand galore, Dubai. The United Arab Emirates was superbly exhibited in the both movies Geostorm, before disaster struck like a tsunami in Dubai, just as Furious 7, preceding Vin Diesel flew a vehicle through 3 elevated buildings in Abu Dhabi. Dubai is home to more than 200 identities and invites many tourists every year. They rush to its artificial palm islands and other attractions. The artificial palm islands contain enough sand to fill around 3 Empire State structures, 94 million cubic meters. Around 3 billion cubic meters of sand was dug from the ocean bottom to begin the main island in 2001. Baobab Bar, South Africa. Situated at the southern point of the African continent, South Africa is famous among tourists for its assorted natural life, fabulous seashores, and fascinating society. In Cape Town, known as the Mother City, visit an old manor or head over to the famous V&A waterfront for some food or an outing on a pirate ship. At Boulders Beach close to Simon's Town, a state of at least 3,000 African penguins can be seen. In Bathurst in the Eastern Cape, there's a huge pineapple industry. One of the quirkier spots, situated in Motjijiskloof, a humble community in the province of Limpopo. The Sunland Baobab pub has been in presence since 1933 and can serve up to 15 guests all at once. Don't make a mistake. Mexico. Mexico is famous for its great food and tequila. The nation has a devoted Remembrance Day for their deceased, which is known as the Day of the Dead. It has been portrayed in numerous films and TV series. More than 300 dialects and lingos are spoken in Mexico, and it is home to the oldest college in North America. The country's government forces fines on any individual who commits an error while performing the anthem, and the individual should apologize to the nation for wrecking. Mythical national animal. Scotland. Scotland is an enchanted place. A beast may hide in Loch Ness, which is situated in the Scottish Highlands. Scotland resembles something from a fantasy that should not shock anyone. Then its public creature is in all honesty the legendary unicorn. Celtic folklore depicts the unicorn as an image of innocence and power. The unicorn was first utilized on the Scottish royal coat of arms in the 12th century by William. Sheep. New Zealand. In New Zealand, there is a lot of quirkiness and a whole lot of spectacle. Not exclusively the sheep to individual rate, the most noteworthy in the world, around 5.6 sheep for each New Zealander. The country once broadcast the climate report in the Elvish language in 2012 to celebrate the film debut of The Hobbit. New Zealand has more land than the United Kingdom, so New Zealand just has around 7% of the UK's human population. The remainder of New Zealand's inhabitants is creatures. However, no local snakes. No weird baby names here. Germany. Germany is popular for Oktoberfest, an extraordinary soccer team, sauerkraut, and amazing vehicle brands. At Christmas time, the country sets up the great Christmas markets. On the more peculiar side, the German government doesn't permit first names for infants, which doesn't make the gender of the kid self-evident. Thus, the local registration office is permitted to prevent the enrollment from getting names that don't agree to the law. Royal vampire. England. England is known for sovereignty, Shakespeare, Wimbledon, Big Ben, Stonehenge, and much more. The lesser known about the country's history is that Queen Elizabeth II is remotely identified with Vlad the Impaler, the motivation for Dracula. Prince Charles talked about the family history that indicated the connection between Vlad and his own mother in 2011. It didn't take long for connivances to take off, people proposing that Queen Elizabeth looks so good for her age since she related to Vlad the vampire. Alpaca lunch. Peru. Peru's travel industry is getting up, with Travel Industry Board anticipating in 2017 that around 7 million guests would be invited to the country in 2021. Peru is world-renowned for the famous Machu Picchu site and the Sacred Valley. Its capital, Lima, offers extraordinary business sectors and food. Out of the assessed 4.4 million alpacas in the world, around 87% can be found in Peru. Alpacas are supposed to be amicable and can even be house-trained. Another awesome creature that is the largest flying bird on Earth is the Andean condor. The longest name. Bangkok. Bangkok, Thailand, is one of the best destinations in the world. Tourists rush to take in seeing the Wat Arun, the Temple of Dawn, the Grand Palace, Sky Bar, the Bang Krachao Gardens, the sculpture of a three-headed elephant, and much more. The reality about Bangkok is called by locals Krung Thep, City of Angels. However, Its full name is Krungthep Mahanakana Monratanakos and Mahanthara Aothea Mahadilok Fop Na Farid Rachathani Buriramutam Rachanawet Mahas Athan Aman Pimana Watan Sathit Sakathati Yawitsanakam Prazit. It is the longest name of any city in the world. Thanks for watching and subscribe for more interesting videos.